Steve, I spoke to Hades leaders. I squashed my with them. Somehow taught myself half of getting shot from them. But yeah.
Wait, why did they want to shoot you?
Squashed. Dragon made me wait.
To the...
Well, it's because
it's
because Dragon made me wait 30 minutes with M16s for him and then told me he didn't want them. So, but yeah, I spoke to Louis and KJ and shit yesterday. That's squashed. Forum. So I'm trying to buy the warehouse that's up the road, right across from Red Brick from them, from Saints.
Right.
I was told by George that their plan is to put another gang in there, which I think I told you about, right?
Yeah, I've heard it's Exodus. He's #1 contender.
This is what John told me yesterday. Then I got a call from Perez asking if we have any houses we want to swap. Because they have houses in Vespucci, and they obviously don't want anything to do with Vespucci anymore because of Hades are down there, right? I basically said we don't have anything, but like that might be a tricky one. He said Saints have spoken to them about Forum, but they're not interested.
Wait, really?
Yes. He said he'd be interested in houses, but they don't care about the turf there at all. Steve was really looking forward to the Exodus beef, so I think you might have called it a night. But my plan from this now has changed.
Well, that's boring.
I spoke to Cassie, and I want to buy that warehouse personally. That's on Chamberlain.
Right.
That has the satellite in.
Okay.
If I can buy that with the satellite in, I can give that satellite to whoever the we want.
If they were, are you sure they were going to let you buy it with the satellite though?
I'm not sure, but Cassie, who, bear in mind, she disowned me after the war, said she'll speak to George about me buying it off them. And George is probably the one person who probably would let me buy it from them.
I mean, if that happens, that's huge, because then we can give it to Peter and his people. Or we can give it to Andre and his people. Because I've spoke to both Peter and his people and Andre and his people, and both of them are down to move to the south side. So they would just... I think either way, even if like Peter or KTB get it from Saints, I think the offer I made on that warehouse is probably very good for both of those groups. I just want the warehouse, to be honest. But yeah, having a big warehouse in the turf for the people that move in anyway is like very beneficial.
It's not even the turf. Like that's the only property on Chamberlain side. It's like they will probably do what Saints do and go over to Forum side, right? And Chamberlain side will just be whatever, like empty almost.
Andre said he wanted to hold Chamberlain side if he moved there.
Oh, yeah, that warehouse, that's the only property on Chamberlain side.
Ain't no reason why you can't become a landlord.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't... Saints are wanting to swap, or they're going to want big money for that warehouse, and I don't know if KTB are going to have the facilities for that.
Yeah, well, that
Peter's group definitely ain't, right?
You could just buy it and rent it to them.
Well, yeah, I want the warehouse. Saints are under the impression that the satellite dish, when you move it, you lose rep, but it's actually connected to the hard drive on a PC.
Yeah, don't tell them that.
So they might move it after, like, before selling it to me, which is whatever, but Exodus are not interested in it. I kind of didn't think they would. When you told me that it might be Exodus, do you know when they first moved to the Mandem block?
Yeah.
Perez told me that the reason they did that is they want absolutely, like, they never wanted to be in the south side. It's like I was surprised when you said it might be Exodus, because I'd already been told by them that south side was like not what they wanted, you know? But their plan is get one of the mansions, you know, on like the old Angels cul-de-sac, and then have Mandem block as like a public parking for everyone next to it, you know?
Got you.
But yeah, they hit up about swapping shit, and they said Saints spoke to them. They said like they'd be down to swap, but they have absolutely no interest in the satellite or the turf there, basically. So.
Interesting. I did not see that coming.
But I have money to buy that warehouse by myself. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah,
I have like 4 M's.
Andre said he had 4 mil.
I can boost and shit. But yeah, like realistically, I don't have anything to spend my money on. I was racing Jim to a jetpack, but that was purely like to piss him off. But it was like I'll have the money there if anything comes about. So I'll see what happens with it. Cassie said she'll
Mandem
speak to
block's been
George.
turned into a car park. Sad times.
I will also attempt to speak to George. I don't think John shooting him yesterday is going to affect my relationship with George personally. But yeah, so it sounds like it's not going to be Exodus, or if it is, they might get one out on there at the very least. The very most, sorry.
Okay, that's good to know then. That's
Exodus
good to know.
don't want the turf there. Exodus have South Shumash turf, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Perez told me that yesterday.
Oh, they're chilling and they don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah. Well, they have South Shumash turf and they're at Mandem block, which ties in together, right? It's
Yeah,
like
that's all kind of somewhat local. They're kind of chilling up there.
Where you at? Oh, no.
Yeah. All right, fair
So,
play.
yeah.
TLDR.
Basically, Exodus
don't want forum.
Hello?
Run away, come
He's
back.
gonna have to run away and come back. But yeah, because John told me that he said that Exodus are going to be moving in, and when Perez called me and told me that, I was like, oh, that's very different.
Yeah.
KJ basically said instead of shooting me, his punishment is he's gonna let John choose my punishment. So I told him he might as well put me in the ocean.
TLDR is that Exodus don't want forum. EJ spoke to them and they don't want it. So
Perez called me asking if we had houses to swap, Steve. I said no. And then I kind of said, like, you know, like it's going to be difficult to get rid of houses in Vespucci because Hades are there. And he said that Saint spoke to them, but they're not interested in the turf at all. Said they might swap like 1 or 2 houses, but they're not interested in the satellite or anything there. It's the issue. That's why they don't really want to do that.
All right.
The
Shop
plot
is all sorted
thickens.
and everything. We're chilling.
Okay.
Stocked up.
So then who the fuck are they?
Well, I want to buy that warehouse, right, which I spoke to you about already. It's across from Red Brick. That has the satellite in. Cassie, I made an offer. Cassie's going to speak to George about my offer. So I might get that warehouse. It's just whether they take the satellite out before it or not. If they don't, then I can realistically just put any gang I want there.
well, if it's
I'd
either
be very surprised if they
you,
don't take it out.
if it's you, Andre, or Peter, yeah, I mean, if it's any of them 3, we good.
I don't know whether we can have it.
No, we won't. Like, if you got the
we
satellite,
would
you'd have to
give
then
it to
give
someone.
it to the people we want to have it.
We would give it to them,
Fair.
yeah. But yeah, Perez told me their plans. So they have South Shumash satellite, Steve. Exodus do. But their plans are buy one of the big mansions near like where the Angels cul-de-sac is, and then use the Mandem block as like public parking for everyone there in the gang, you know? So I'm guessing they're not like the Mandem block's not going to be anything. They're committing to the mansion side of things.